Hello, this is the Orion Broadcast, and this video is to address my haters and to tell the truth also about why I came onto YouTube and clarify certain issues. Like, a lot of my haters are Confused Matthew fanboys who think The Lion King sucks just because Confused Matthew says it and believe the stuff Confused Matthew says even though it's horseshit. That I didn't just come onto YouTube to argue about The Lion King. I came onto YouTube to make videos refuting religious horseshit such as young earth creationism and homophobia. But before I get started, let me get this one thing clear. Quite recently, a flamer attacked me for liking Savage Broadcast and claimed that I was a ripoff of Savage Broadcast. I'm not. The Orion Broadcast, which was really going to be Orion Broadcast until that name was I found taken, then I went to the Orion Broadcast as a suggestion, was named after Savage Broadcast with the word Orion instead of Savage, inspired by him, so I can continue making commentaries even after Savage Broadcast retired from commentaries. So my current username is inspired by Savage Broadcast username. And I do admit that, and that's nothing to be angry at. Unless you're like a Confused Matthew fanboy or an irate gamer fanboy for that. And first of all, I have no problem if other people don't like a movie I like or don't like Lion King, for example. And that is not, and I didn't just make commentaries or criticize Confused Matthew and Super Godzilla 12's views on The Lion King because they didn't like it. It was because their assumptions about The Lion King were faulty. And as Savage Broadcast used to say, there is a difference between having an opinion and being wrong on something. And I have to say this, there's a difference between a mere opinion of personal like and dislike and an outright faulty assumptions. I don't just commentate on every video I disagree with. Only those that are faulty, including faulty movie reviews. And sometimes you can be proven wrong about a movie or TV show with logic and evidence. And that's something that Confused Matthew and his fanboys can't handle. And that's why his Confused Matthew fanboys have been harassing me for some time, even after Super Godzilla 12 quit making YouTube videos, period. Just having a temper tantrum and being childish. And that is just preventing me from moving on. And that is why I block Confused Matthew fanboys and at times flag their videos about me. Because I want to move on and do what I came to YouTube to do. Make videos about the problems with religion. It is quite obvious that the arguments that people like Savage Broadcast and I present against Confused Matthew's Lion King reviews, such as character and plot development, are good. It's just that Confused Matthew fanboys are too much of inner children that they have to throw temper tantrums and harass me and other Lion King fans whenever they get the chance or whenever it suits them. And I've been harassed a lot by temper tantrums with angry Confused Matthew fanboys who can't handle the fact that I don't respect Confused Matthew's opinion on The Lion King. Well, I never will. And hating me is not going to change the fact that I'll never respect Confused Matthew's opinion on The Lion King. The only thing that can change that is for Confused Matthew to at least admit that he's wrong. He can still continue to dislike The Lion King while discarding his faulty assumptions about Simba and Timon and Pumbaa. That is a way it should be done. Not deluding himself. I don't delude myself about movies I don't like How to Train Your Dragon, and I hate dragons because they remind me of the dark side of my father. However, I've had a final word already on Confused Matthew unless he makes his second Lion King review. But in some ways it's getting less likely if he's going to move on to TV shows after reviewing The Nightmare Before Christmas. Which, if I am right, my hunch is right, which I hope it is, he will let go of his grudge against The Lion King. But if he does make his second Lion King review he threatened to make in his comment section of his Little Mermaid mini-view video, then I will do a commentary on it. I may be harsh or quite nasty, like maybe yell or say harsh words like the regular, like F-U-C-K and all that. However, I will draw a line and have a limit on how harsh I am. I will never ever call Confused Matthew by any bigoted slur words such as the F word for gays. Or the Q word or any of that kind of language. And I most certainly would not wish him dead, like at least one angry person did in the comment section of his Lion King review part 1 video. Matthew something was that person's name. Matthew's a pretty common name to begin with. So I would not. And if you post comments using hate speech lingo, like the Q word, the F word for gays to call him by, or say that he should die, I will remove your comment. Because I will draw a line. I may be harsh and say he's a fool or a nincompoop, but I would never call him the F word for gays or the Q word or any word designed to discriminate against a certain group of people or wish anything fatal on him, because I am too sensitive and mature for that. So don't do it. And you see this? This is what I came onto YouTube to do. The fight against religious fundamentalists who are bent on bringing us back to the Dark Ages. And this diagram shows the hole left by the Christian Dark Ages about the population and scientific advances. And that's really good to watch out for. And that is why I came onto YouTube, to refute the fairy tale of creationism and homophobic bigotry, not to just argue with a certain film critic or his fans. Just to let you know. And I want you to respect that fact and honor it. That I didn't come onto YouTube just to argue with fanboys of a certain film critic who makes a sloppy review of a movie. I came onto YouTube to argue against religious fundamentalism and religious bigotry and willful ignorance and anti-reality fervor such as creationism and being against scientific facts that refute cherished beliefs. That's what I came onto YouTube to fight against. And I've already started. I'm going to have most of my Orion commentaries be on religious videos, and I'm going to make an Orion movie review on Ben Stein's Expelled, which, unlike my Titan A review, will be one-sided, since Expelled is a propaganda film for creationism and points the way back to the Dark Ages. As Carl Sagan said, we mustn't let the Dark Ages happen again. That's what I am determined to do my part to prevent the Dark Ages from ever happening again. However, I can make quite a few non-religion related videos in the future, like improved videos about StarDestroyer.net when it focuses on the one aspect that turned me against it, the allegations of Star Trek promoting racism and communism, and dissect at least one of Michael Wong's essays, which would be at least the racism in Star Wars and Star Trek essay on that website. But other than that, I'll mostly shoot down religious videos. So this video is to clarify. The point of my Orion commentary series is that if you do something stupid on the internet, you will be called out for it. It's not about you having to like any particular movie or anything like that. It's specifically, if you do something stupid on the internet, you will be called out for it, which will mostly be targeting religious idiotic videos. And Confused Matthew's Lion King review was the first target of, and was the target of my first Orion commentary, since I wanted to get that out of the way. And it was faulty with bad arguments, just like the creation of zombie videos and homophobic videos I would commentate on. And I'm going to be commentating on videos by Nephilim Free and Gear Up and Venom Fang X, as well as by Junior Factor Talk Radio Jason Bailey, who supports Caden Cowger, etc., mostly commentating on religious fundamentalist videos that promote creationism and homophobia, and doing my part to make sure that the Dark Ages never happen again. And that is why I came onto YouTube. And I'm no longer going to waste my time with reviewer fanboys who harass me because I refute a review by their favorite film critic, for example. And that is why I've been going to extremes of blocking certain individuals to avoid wasting my time. I don't enjoy doing it, but that's a very rare and extreme case in which I would block a lot of people. If they're fanboys of a reviewer I'm just through arguing with after having my say. So thank you for watching this video. And And I didn't come onto YouTube to just be known as a defender of Lion King. I wanted to be known as shooting down creationism. Before I go, let me compare two videos which do criticize me to show that I can handle criticism, because one of them is constructive criticism. The other one is just a temper tantrum. So you can see the difference. The first one I'll show you is by Dredge Stinger 1986, where he's calm and mature and presenting a good point about the dredge being made of trans-dimensional energy from another dimension, to argue against my point that they can't be solid and pure energy. And it was responding to a video I made on ad hoc reasoning. And that video, as it turns out, is not ad hoc reasoning. So, here is Dredge Stinger 1986's video called No Hard Feelings, made to me when I was under the Rodberry fan account I closed.
Hello there, Rodberry fan. I am posting a response to your video on ad hoc reasoning, which I still have yet to look up on Wikipedia. Have you ever considered the fact that the dredge are made of a different type of energy, which is from another dimension? They are made of trans-dimensional energy, which, aside from being like electricity, is also tangible. They and their vessels are made of this energy. And Cale Tucker exploited that fact and rerouted the Titan's internal systems to use that energy to create New Earth, aka Planet Bob as he named it. But still, I don't know whether you were trying to flame me or not, but if you were, then I'm gonna have to block you, but if you weren't, then okay, but yeah, Star Trek and Titan AE are both cool in my book, but I like Titan AE better. Can you just accept that fact and try not to flame or troll me at all? This is Dredge Stinger 1986 saying, drop me a comment and at least respect me. Bye.
And Dredge Stinger 1986, I respect the fact that you like Titan E better than Star Trek and think both Star Trek and Titan E are cool. I totally respect that and respect your opinion. And you gave me good constructive criticism of a point I didn't consider about the energy which makes up the dredges from another dimension, and it's trans-dimensional, where they can be apparently solid and pure energy at the same time. And he brought up the climax where he used that information to create the planet Bob, Cale Tucker. Which, I already knew that part, but the trans-dimensional energy part, that I didn't consider. So, I can handle criticism. Now, let me tell you, all the videos about me that were in favor of Confused Matthew's Lion King review, like all of Super Godzilla 12's videos about me, which are all now gone in history, were all temper tantrums. And the one little video I'm going to show you is a little temper tantrum by Rye5 Guy. And here's Rye5 Guy's little hissy fit of a video.
Man, you must really be a hardcore Lion King fanboy. I mean, you're getting butthurt when somebody else doesn't like it. You make videos just to show that you're butthurt. And look, you even decide to grow your hair like Simba's. You have some life there, dude.
Wow, Rye5 Guy, all you managed to do is to pull this Lion King fanboy straw man to say I was a hardcore Lion King fanboy and saying I was butthurt just when somebody says they don't like it, which is another straw man, and just saying I was making videos to show that I'm butthurt and I grew my hair like Simba and I have some life there. That is not only a straw man, that's also an ad hominem, because you're verbally attacking me instead of addressing even a single point I made against Confused Matthew in my videos. Which was just a temper tantrum, by the way. And I gotta bring up something regarding ad hoc reasoning. Ad hoc reasoning is a logical fallacy that is committed after one's argument position has been thoroughly refuted, in which one looks for things to try and make their refuted argument appear valid in a superficial way. This is fallacious because looking for things to make an argument appear superficially valid after it's been refuted does not change the fact that it has been refuted. Confused Matthew, when I did some PM exchanges from accounts I closed with him, used ad hoc reasoning when I point out his straw man fallacies, and is planning to do ad hoc reasoning in his second Lion King review, just to let you know. And Super Godzilla 12 did a couple of glaring instances of ad hoc reasoning about the meaning of be prepared in Lion King when he brought up the scenes of Scar prior to the song, as well as the Stampede scene where he said it would have worked better for Simba thinking it was his fault if his dad died trying to save him in the elephant graveyard. But that doesn't change the fact that those 2 points of Confused Matthews were already refuted. At least Dredge Sherrington 6 was using no ad hoc reasoning at all because he brought up trans-dimensional energy and energy from another dimension. Because I didn't consider that. Ad hoc reasoning's prerequisite is that the argument of yours is refuted before, and then you look for things to make it appear valid, even though it's been refuted. So Dredge Sherrington 6 used no fallacies, no ad hoc reasoning, after all. And I respect him. Just to let you know. And so that's a good thing right there. And if you really hate me because I don't respect Confused Matthew's review of The Lion King, watch my Titany review and the supplement to it and compare it to Confused Matthew's Lion King review. And you'll see that I'm more open-minded when reviewing Titany than Confused Matthew has been when reviewing Lion King. Confused Matthew is a movie Nazi. Doesn't mean he's like the Nazi Party. He's more akin to a grammar Nazi than to the Nazi Party, just to let you know. So, I'm going to move on and make commentaries on mostly religious, idiotic videos, like videos of creationism or homophobia and stuff like that. Because that is exactly why I signed up to YouTube in the first place. Not to argue with a certain film critic about a movie that I like. So will you please respect the fact that I want to move on and deal with religious fundamentalist videos rather than arguing over a film critic over a certain movie after having my say on it, intending to move on. Let me move on. And just honor the fact that I will not respect Confused Matthew's opinion on The Lion King because it's based on faulty assumptions, not because he doesn't like it. And you can watch my video message for Confused Matthew and all that for more information on how I feel. So, this concludes my message for my haters. And I hope you can understand to leave me alone about Confused Matthew and The Lion King. I've already had my say and I want to move on. And being harassed about it by Confused Matthew fans has prevented me from moving on or getting over it. So please don't harass me about Confused Matthew's Lion King review, or I will block you because I'm not going to waste my time. If you hate me, go right ahead. Haters are going to hate, but you're just being childish and immature there. So I want to focus on that, on what I came onto YouTube to do, argue against religious fundamentalism. And that's what I want to be known for. Just to let you know. And I was against Confused Matthew's Lion King review because it was like destroying the film for no good reason and getting violent against Simba and Timon and Pumbaa on false pretenses, etc. So I just want you to know that. And thank you for watching this video, and until next time, live long and prosper, and I'll see you around soon.